I'm sitting here with Edward, and he's a fisherman from Curaçao, and he's gonna talk about shifting baselines, his experiences throughout the years, growing up as a teenager, and the differences about it, and enjoy.
Good morning, Edward.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi. So, how old were you when you started fishing?
About 4 or 5 years old.
And how old are you now?
49.
49. And you've been fishing on Curaçao for a long time?
Since 2007.
2007. And where were you fishing before that?
All over the states. South Carolina, Florida, New Hampshire. I grew up on Long Island.
And was your whole family in the fishing industry? What did they do?
Yeah, I mean, we all fished. We all fished and caught fish. You know, and that's pretty much, you know, how I got into it.
So what do you remember of a good day of fishing? Can you tell me a story?
Oh no, this again. I can't even remember. Oh man. It's, I mean, there's so many. Every time you go out, there's always something cool that really happens. You know, like, I think, I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, it was something really cool. I was sitting in a Klein Curaçao, and there was a lot of tuna jumping everywhere. And I just suddenly saw all the bait all around the boat, and it was just, they were everywhere. They were even jumping out of the water, the little baits, the little herring or whatever they were, the little anchovies. And then I felt the boat being bumped. So I looked over the side and I was like, oh, okay. There was a giant whale shark bumping into the boat, telling me to, you know,
to leave,
to get out of the way so he could eat. So that was pretty, you know, it was fun, but a little scary at the same time. But it was still fun to see something that cool, because they're not violent or anything. So I just waited and I got out of the way and let him eat.
And is there a difference between fishing on Curaçao and Klein Curaçao?
Yeah, for sure. There's not many people that fish there. So the fish are kind of like, you know, more, I don't know, the currents are different there, the weather is different there, so there's definitely different kinds of fish. Here, it's the local fish really close to shore are more overfished, you know, than they are at Klein Curaçao. You can catch, say, a porungi at Klein Curaçao and he'll be about this big. You catch a porungi in Curaçao and he's half that size. He's really small.
And are you able to make a reasonable amount of money as a fisherman?
Yeah, we used to. We used to do really good, but now since the climate changes and everything, the overfishing, if you kill off all the grouper and now you have too much of an abundance of a lionfish, they eat all the other little babies, so a lot of other fish don't get to even grow. So.
And what can you tell us about shifting baselines in Curaçao?
I don't know, that probably has to do with global warming and, you know, the temperature changes of the earth and pollution, and, you know, the way the currents are changing, the weather's changing, so things are going to shift and things are going to change.
And do you see a change in the fish and the marine life?
Well, of course, with more pollution, then you have less fish, things are, you know, overfishing, there's no regulation on anything, so without regulation you can't, fishermen don't know when certain fish start to breed, so they can't be told, hey, don't go after these kind of fish, this is their month to breed, and then, you know, it'll start to decline, and my son or my grandson, they won't be able to catch what we used to catch.
Okay, and you told me a story that you catch with those cages, with the lines that decay.
What, the nets, the traps?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a few canastas with the nets in the wharf here.
And is there a difference in the size of fish compared to the past?
Well, of course. I have my little logbook from when I first came to Curaçao in 2007, and we would catch 50-kilo yellowfin, almost, you know, you could catch one a day. You know, you'd catch a lot of wahoo every day, there'd be a lot of the dolphin, trawler, but now, after almost 10 years, we have to spend more gas oil to go further and further away from Curaçao to catch more fish because they're just not here.
Maybe see your logbook?
Yeah.
Show it, yeah.
But yeah, see, you'll have 2007, and then the pages are full.
Yeah.
All of them from 2007. Yeah, with all full with fish. Well, I had one bad day. In 10 years, I have one page with a bad day. But every other page always has more fish. 10 kilos, 40 kilos, 50 kilo yellowfin. And then as it gets up to even like 2011, they get smaller and smaller. See, there's 55 one fish. And then again, 2012, they get smaller and smaller. The kilos are getting less and less. Even as you go on, there's pages and pages, but here's 2015, and still there's not much there.
Yeah.
Compared to when I first came, we would catch so much more and bigger fish. Now we have to go far away now. Even at Klein Curaçao, it's starting to affect there too.
And is there a lot of bycatch happening in Curaçao?
Well, with the fishermen, there's not really a bycatch because they fish with lines. And the only bycatch that the fishermen are getting are the guys that have the nets. They have the gill nets, and they go along the coast, and they have their little long lines. And they just destroy everything. I mean, they catch whatever they catch, they take it all. From the moray eels to little seahorses, they'll take it all.
Oh, really?
I mean, whatever comes in the net, they keep.
Do you think that the solution could be in 50 and maybe 100 years possible compared to now, or do you think it will be impossible?
No, it can be done in 10 years. It just has to be regulated. There has to be regulations on fish size. There has to be regulation on certain times when you can catch fish, when you can't catch fish. Certain times of the year is when they have their eggs. So you have to tell fishermen that, all right, this month, say December, you can't catch the draghi. Just try not to catch them for 1 month, or just take the males. If you catch them, if you catch a female, just put her back, because most likely she's going to have eggs. So if you let them go, then they get to lay their eggs. And now, as time goes on, then there'll be more and more and more of them, and then you won't have a problem, because But you need regulation from marine biologists to tell fishermen, like when they catch fish from the deep, how to put them back, so you can decompress them to put them back. Some will make it, and then some don't make it. But if I can save one that's too small and put him back, it's a benefit. You're going to save them, and maybe they can have more babies then.
Like, okay, and at Yantil, there's like, of course, a lot of fishermen, right, compared to Bandaba, right? Because of course there's like so many boats. So let's say if you fish in Bandaba and compared to here, is there like a big difference?
Yeah, there's a big difference. There's more fishermen in Bandaba than there is here.
Oh, okay.
Because there's more boats here.
Yeah.
But there's only about 10 fishermen that fish for a living here.
Oh yeah.
All these other boats, they never go fishing on them. These are just people's personal boats, or they're retired, and they don't go fishing for their living.
Oh, okay.
That's why we have a smaller population with a lot more boats than anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem, is because gas oil prices, the parts to keep your boats repaired or to have someone come and fix it is very expensive. So the cost is getting more and more. So most of the guys, they don't even, all these boats, on this whole pier that you walk down, there's only 3 guys that fish, actually 2 guys that fish for their living. That's it. So out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 20 boats right here, only 2 of them fish for their living.
Yeah. And how much does a fisherman make for a living on Curaçao?
Not that much. compared to like in the past. You could make more because gas oil was cheaper, the parts for your boat were cheaper. You know, we live on a little island. We have to order our parts. They have to be shipped in if they don't have them, and it gets more and more expensive. You know, the dock space that we have, you can see walking down it, and we have to pay for our dock space, electricity and water, but you know, you have to pay for the pier.
Wow. Okay.
But you can still you know, make a good living at it. But now there's no.
It's a little bit harder.
The younger kids don't want to fish.
I mean, yeah, it has a benefit, right? Because the population can grow.
Well, they don't see so many fish coming in, so why is there an excitement then to do it when the guy fishes for 2 days at Klein Curaçao and he only comes in with, you know, 5 or 10 fish? It doesn't make you really want to go and do that, you know? If you came in with 5 or 20 fish that were as big as your boat, that would make, oh, wow, I want to try that.
Yeah,
that
it's
looks cool.
Yeah, that's true. Did you ever overfish and maybe feel guilty about it in the past, or?
No, I mean, I long lined in the past in Florida, but it was all regulated. We were in the Gulf of Mexico, and we would go out for 2 weeks at a time and sit in the boat, and we would long line. But we would long line just the grouper. And very rarely did we catch like a bycatch or anything that we didn't want, because we were doing it the correct way. And we only caught our quota, which was like 4,000 pounds. And as soon as we caught that amount, that's it. We were done. We would go back, and that was it. And every now and then we might have caught a shark or two, but most of the time we can throw him back. You know, just cut the line and let him go.
Yeah.
You know, our hooks were the right hooks that they'll go away after a couple of weeks. They'll just go away.
Wait, like you can eat sharks, right?
Yeah, but we were specifically targeting red grouper.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's all regulated. We knew that in December and January, you're not allowed to catch them because that's when they have their eggs.
Oh,
so every year that we did that, we always had red grouper. They were getting bigger, and as the years went on, there was more of them. And as long as we worked with the marine biologist and the regulations, then nobody overfished, nobody did anything really wrong, and everybody did their job, and it was great.
And did, like, let's say, what if all of you fishermen on Curaçao join a group together and maybe go to the government to start making rules about all of those fishing rules to at least protect Curaçao, you know, the fishes, the population at Curaçao, beaches and stuff?
That's going to be hard to do, because I mean, a lot of the fishermen, they're old school
Lazy.
guys. No, they're just old school guys. I can't really speak for them, but they don't really want to, like the new government or the new LVV that's going to be running this. They want all the fishermen to be like a little corporation, so we could all work together. And then but you have to get more regulation, and it has to come from like the government. It has to come from marine biologists that know and have studied the fish in Curaçao to know the declining species. Why is there too much lionfish? Well, that's because everyone's killing off all the grouper. If there's no grouper, then the lionfish will go crazy, and then there'll be too many of them. And now you have people legally allowed to go in the water and spearfish for them, but they're not just spearfishing for them, because if they're underwater and they see a lionfish and then they see a big jack, they're going to shoot the lionfish and the jack.
Yeah.
You know, and then how are you going to catch them? There is no regulation, no laws. There's no way to get around it.
Yeah. We have 50 minutes here.
Ja?
Ja.
Ja, maar ja, dat was ook nog met dat stuk ervoor, of niet?
Nee.
Nee? Oké, ja, dat is goed dan. En dan moeten we nog even...
Guess what's happening? Rain.
Told you it was going to rain. About 30 minutes, and it's been 30 minutes. Fishermen know the weather.
Thanks for watching.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
This guy just brings women to his boat at night. That's it. That's his boat, and it's just destroyed, so they don't care about it. This guy, I've seen him twice in a year. Same with the next guy, the other guy. They never.
Yeah.
Most of them have jobs,
Yeah.
and they'll come and fish on them on the weekend.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't make you a piscador.
No.
You know, a fisherman is someone who fishes for their living. That's my sole income
Their
coming in.
everything, yeah.
I mean, like I'll help people fix their cars and stuff like that, but that's not my main income. My main income comes from catching
Fishing.
fish.
Yeah.
You know, and I've always done it. So, in the wintertime where I lived, you can't fish in the wintertime
Yeah.
because,
Yeah,
well, the bay turns ice. You know, it's snowing out, and you don't want to go out in the ocean when it's that cold.
Have you ever fished in like Europe maybe?
No.
You should
No, if-
ever considered it maybe?
Well, yeah, see, that's the whole part. My wife she's like, she wants to move to Holland.
Oh.
And she's like, and I said, well, you know me, if there's no ocean there, if I can't fish,
Yeah.
there's no point in me not going, because then I'm going to be miserable,
Yeah.
and it
Sure.
won't work, so it,
What about Norway? I think Norway has a lot of.
but yeah, but that's
It's
cold,
cold.
man. But it's cold. I want to fish where it's sunny and warm, and,
Yeah, I can
and you
imagine,
can
yeah.
catch fish, and like what CARMABI does. I mean, I used to do that too. I used to go fishing in Boy. I used to trailer my little boat to Boy, and when I got done, put the boat on the trailer, and then I would go by Mahoma, at the bottom of the hill by Mahoma, and I would just set up my scale like CARMABI does, set everything up my cooler, and I would sell my fish.
Yeah.
And then I wanted a bigger boat, so now I have a bigger boat. And I have a truck, but my wife's car is broken, so I have to
Yeah.
let her use the car. I've used the truck until her car is fixed. Then when the truck is back, that's what I'm going to end up doing.
Yeah.
Because then you make more money. Then you can make a good money as a fisherman.
Yeah.
But when you have to catch fish and then sell it to someone like CARMABI, you make half of the money then. Because if I have to sell it to him like at a wholesale, you know what I mean? So he can go to the road and then he can make his money.
Yeah.
Now if I catch it and I go to the road, now I can sell my fish for
Yeah.
18 guilders a kilo instead of 10.
Yeah.
Now that's a much more amount of money. So if you have to even just say, 100 kilos of fish, I give it to him, it's only 1,000 guilders.
Yeah. But
Now,
let's say.
now if I go on the side of the road and I do
Yeah.
it myself, now we're looking at anywhere from 18 to 2,000 guilders. So that's almost double your money.
Yeah.
So now you have enough money to do whatever you want to your boat, keep your truck running properly, pay your insurances, your taxes, and keep everything paid.
Yeah, but let's say, okay, and maybe if we move to Aruba, for example, if the fish is better there, would you move there? Or, like, are you staying here because you love Curaçao?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I came to Curaçao. I went to Aruba before, and it's too commercialized.
Yeah.
There's many more hotels. It's like Nassau, the Bahamas. There's just hotels and cruise ships everywhere. There's mad amounts of people all over, and you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
True.
In Curaçao, all the fishermen know the American. And I know all the people that fish. And we all know each other. So
Yeah.
that's what makes like your collective group of fishermen good. Because if I'm out at sea and my boat dies, and I can't get home, which Curaçao boats you always get home because you have a sail. So you can always sail close to Barbara Beach. And one fisherman that I knew, he had a problem with his boat at Klein Curaçao. Another fisherman came from East Point to Klein Curaçao and towed him all the way back to Caracas Bay.
Wow.
And they gave him a dradu and a beer.
Wow.
And usually you don't have to give each other anything. It's like it's a customary thing. In the States, if your boat breaks and someone tows you in, you're going to have to pay them for the day. Their
Yeah.
fuel, you're gonna have to pay them.
Wow.
That's gonna cost you a lot of money. But here, it's fishermen, they stick together, which is a good thing, and that's why, I like Curaçao. Everywhere you live, there's gonna be good and bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how small an island or how big it is, you're always gonna have your idiots, and then you hope that there's more good people than there are bad people. And there's more good people in Curaçao than there are bad.
Yeah.
They're here. And I love Curaçao. I don't like how much building they're doing now, and all the, like all this was never here out here. And this gives me a little, and them, less privacy. Their back door and their back of their house is right in my backyard. So we're just separated by a little water. So our privacy is a little depleted, but it's not so bad. They don't make too much noise.
Yeah. We have to also make the intro, right? That you have to speak on.
Hoe bedoel je?
De intro dat je moet bij de praten of zo en dan zet ik die shots.
Wat dan?
Van Clean Curaçao en zo.
Ja, maar dat heb ik dus, kijk, wanneer hij dus over die story met die whales